This weekend, we are starting a brand new competition called AFTV Picks, where every week we are going to be giving away cash prizes. You can win yourself the share of up to £1,000 by simply entering our free competition. Yeah, it's free to enter. You don't have to spend a penny and you can win yourself a share of £1,000. And guess what? Because it's the North London Derby, we're also giving away one of these bad boys. A brand new PS5. Especially for you, for free. So yo, what are you waiting for? Enter the competition right now. All you gotta be is over 18 and answer a few questions around the North London Derby, and the PS5 could be yours, and a share of £1,000. The link is in the description. So what are you waiting for, man? Yeah? Why are you still sitting there? Enter now!
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the AFTV News Daily Show. Do you know what? Yeah, I'm proper hurt that Robbie's giving away a PS5, and yeah, you get a share of £1,000. Like, I keep begging him, like, what? Can we not enter? Can we not get involved? Can you not just give me a PS5? How has my boss got a PS5 before me? But listen, you saw it there, guys. You can win it. Get involved. If you're over 18, go ahead on down and get involved in that competition. But today we'll be discussing Juventus wanting Sokratis. It is mad. It is mad. We've got loads of other things to get through. Let me actually bring this up for us as well. These are the show topics today. Down at the bottom, scrolling along here. Oh, just disappeared. Cool. As you know, I always check the comments before I start. So let's get to the comments quickly. I always scour and see what it is. So we see the title. Thank you, Phoenix Football Compilations. I can't say that word. Take him on for free. We'll pay to take him, in fact. Now, I actually giggled when I saw this headline, and I did it first. But if I'm honest, I agree with this as well. Alec Garcia says he will thrive under Juventus. Just watch. And if I'm honest, I don't think he's Premier League level, in my opinion. The way the game's played, how fast moving it is. But I feel like over in Italy, I think Juve will be a good team for him to be in. Whether it'll be the main defender will be another question. But I'm going to quickly read the headline of where I got this from. Good morning. Good morning. James will be joining us. Everyone, good morning as well. Everyone that's joining now. Morning, guys. James will be joining us. He's on his way. So yeah, I'll be getting to your comments, but bear with me 2 seconds while I just bring up the article about Sokratis going to Juve. This is what was said. Obviously, he's 32 years old. He has 7 months left on his contract at Arsenal. He's clearly not in Arteta's plans, which I also think is very clear as well. I'm sure you guys will agree. Getting rid of him is quite rude, but selling him on will release 92 grand a week salary that he's on, and would ease a lot of the burden for Arsenal's financial issues. Sorry, James I'm seeing as well. James he's coming. He is coming. Bear with me. Obviously, James was away yesterday as well. I did his Arteta press conference show, which was actually really interesting. We'll get to that as well in a second. But so I want to know in the comments as well this morning. Good morning. I want to know what other players do you think should be making the exit in January before we get on to Sokratis to Juve. Let me know in the comments right now, and we'll start reading them off. Other players, the players that you think should be making their exit this January to release funds for other players to come in. We need creative midfielders. We need midfielders, not midfielder. We need midfielders. Okay. So yeah, I want to know who you guys think. So that's what you take. We're now all sorry, you won't even get €1 million for Sokratis, 1 million. So obviously we got him for 17.7. I think that the price, I know Juve haven't got a massive budget. That's why they're considering Sokratis. I think they're going to look at 12 to 10 million for him. Would I take Ronaldo at Arsenal as he is free this summer? I don't think he'd fit our style of play, but yes, I would take him if he's cheap or free. What was going to move on? Right, so cool. So hold on. C Gunner says Bellerin, Holding, Ozil, Xhaka, and Laka. Boy, that's a lot of names. That is a lot of players. That's a lot of players. Wow. I agree with quite a few of those though. I don't know about Laka yet. I doubt he'll sell Bellerin, but if he goes, then yeah, I'm not going to be too heartbroken. Thank you for that comment. Sharanjit X says everyone apart from Aubameyang. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Very interesting because he's not firing at the moment, but he's done so much for us. Where is my man James? Says you worried about the North London derby? Yes, I am, very much so. Laka and Xhaka, a lot of people saying that. Laka and Xhaka to go. Papa, I think it means Pepe, Mustafi and Kolasinac. Interesting. These are big. All right, cool. So I'm gonna keep talking about. So yeah, so that was the news today. Kolasinac is being looked at by Juve. He's not the only Juve. That wasn't their first target. I know they wanted Bertang and other players, but due to their budget, that's all. Oh, here he is. The man of the moment. He's here. James B.
We're still having audio problems, so you might have to chat for another 30 seconds before I can hear you.
That's more than fine. I'm gonna play the round of applause.
Oh, not that again.
We're also going to play a bomb. Thank you very much. James has arrived, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Cool. James B's here. Sorry, sometimes he has some Wi-Fi issues, but he's here. He's arrived. Now, we're just talking about Sokratis to Juve. Obviously, he's not their first target. However, due to their financial situation or their budget, Sokratis is a high target for them. I wouldn't be angry seeing him go. I think it's time for him to move on, like we just said in that article there. He's not in Arteta's plans. So, yeah, I feel like it's good. People are saying, morning, James, morning. Papa is Sokratis. Sorry, I should have clocked that. But it's that Papa Locos. I don't know, I can't say his first name.
I think it's Papa's or something.
Yeah, it's Papa Sokwa. Yeah, I was looking at it like that. Morning, James. A lot of people saying James.
Morning, guys. Sorry I'm late. I have arrived.
Sorry, Papa equals Sokratis. Papa. Stop. Do you know what? Who corrected us yesterday? On how to say Zabozli? That was a great day. That killed me. That was yesterday, wasn't it? Morning, lads. All right, cool. We should get to the topics because I will read comments all day. And
everyone seems in a good mood this morning. It's nice.
I am. It's match day, bro. It's match day.
Yeah,
and if
it is match day.
Where else are we going to see Arsenal playing attacking football but the Europa League? I shouldn't be saying that like that, but it's the truth. The Premier League games, sometimes it can be painful. Well, recent it's been painful to watch. So it's match day. I know it's Europa League. People say it's only Europa League, but we're through to the knockout stages. So it'd be nice to see free-flowing football. I expect to see. I've actually got it in the title here. Callum Chambers returns. Whether he'll be integrated in the squad today, I don't know. Actually, I think he will. I don't think he'll start though. But he has returned. Mari also might be in the squad. So it'll be nice to see some new players. I'm excited to see Balogun. I think he deserves a start. We're moving on to the next topic now. But yeah, he deserves to start. So I hope he gets involved. Aziz as well has been tipped to be starting, which is crazy for me because I thought Emil Smith Rowe would be above him, but that thought was bars. But I think Aziz might be. He's looking to start Aziz and Balogun. From what I've read from titles this morning. So yeah, James, how are you?
Yeah.
How are you?
Sorry, I'm late. I'll be honest. You know when you wake up and you're just like, it's like you've like gained a headache overnight. I feel a lot better. I've just taken a paracetamol and whatever. But you're just not feeling. I'm all good. Don't worry, guys.
Good.
I don't have a cough or anything, so it's okay.
We do worry, and obviously, because I done your press show yesterday, people might be worried about what's happening to James.
Where's James? What's wrong with him? No, I'm genuinely fine. Just a few delays. I think it's fair to say I probably left this morning's prep a little late, so didn't leave myself that extra 5 for anything. But here we are. I'm here. Apologies, everyone.
No worries. We got a super chat from Mark T. Thank you, Mark. So we could see. Have you two seen? Oh yes. Oh, this was supposed to be in the title, not in the title. So it's supposed to be in my subheadings of today. Have you two seen the Man United game early? How ridiculous is that? Fred didn't get a red for the headbutting, but a yellow. Ref these days are just terrible. WVAR introduced. I can't see any improvement, but more disruptions. Now I watched this. I watched the game yesterday. I don't know if you did, James.
Me too. Yeah.
Fred literally twisted. He twisted his head first, and kind of leaned forward, but then he actually leaned forward in. I could not believe that was the comment. Everyone was saying he's going to check it. It's a red. It's a red. It's a red. Jog back, yellow. I was like, what have you not? What do United have, James? I don't know what it is. Like what? But
it was worse than Pepe's.
100%. There was so much intent.
Absolutely. There was more of a swipe, wasn't there? But this is what frustrates me when it comes to VAR is when referees were missing it and just getting it wrong. It was irritating, but you understood. But now they're getting it wrong with all the help in the world, and you just think this is unacceptable. But hey ho, I want to be consistent. I had a go at Alioski for the way he sort of rolled around and basically faked being hurt to try and get Pepe off. I mean, was it Leandro Paredes for PSG? I mean, did the exact same thing. And we've got to keep calling them out. Like, there's a difference between exaggerating and faking. And they were faking for me. The ref can still see, on the monitor whether there was a red card offence or anything. So yeah. Anyway, it is. I'm getting a few calls to fix my Wi-Fi. I can't do anything about it now. Okay, we're back in the studio soon. So yeah, there you go.
On that note, guys, as well, just so you guys know, yes, today we're back. Pre-match build-up show. Lots to talk about. We've got obviously Rapid Vienna today. So it'll be a good game. We'll do our start 11s. We'll do your start 11s. Who you think's going to start? I'm quite good at predicting Arteta's start 11, so it'd be good to have a little go at that today as well. So make sure you stay tuned for that. That's later on today. Thank you, Jeremy Swaz Lynch, another regular. So always good to see you. Can't wait for you guys to overrun by an hour and then realise you should be in a meeting. We actually got told off for that. That's hilarious. Yeah, that happens. That does happen. But listen, today we'll try and keep it nice, short and concise. Stick to the talking topics. Get you guys involved because obviously we've got another pre-match build-up show. We've got the watch along. We've got the start 11. We've got loads today. Loads of content going out. So yeah. But anyway, opinions on Paul Merson chatting pure Waz. James, thoughts? I think Robbie spoke about this last night as well, didn't he?
My thing with Paul Merson is, I don't think he does always chat a lot of Waz, I suppose. For me, it's difficult because he tends to say it how it is, and a lot of the time saying it how it is isn't really particularly nice about Arsenal, let's be honest. Sometimes he goes too far the other way. When we're in good form, he massively overrates us. I feel like sometimes there's not a happy medium with him, basically. He'll go too far when we're negative, and he'll go too far when we're positive. I've seen him say that he thinks we'll smash. I think before the North London derby last year at the Emirates, Emery was still around. I think he said we beat them 4-1. And I said, well, it's a North London derby. Everyone knows that form just goes out the window. Like, I thought we beat them, but I didn't think it'd be a 4-1. And it wasn't. We were 2-0 down. So I think Paul Merson is consistently over the top, whether it's positive or negative. At the moment, it's just more positive than negative. But he does talk. Sorry, it's more negative than positive. But he also does talk a lot of sense. I mean, he played for the club, and he says it how it is, and I think you've got to respect that sometimes.
Yeah, fair. So I want to try and keep it to the Europa League just for this little section here, and then we'll move on to North London derby topics now. So I'm going to take some comments for today's Europa League games first. So Oba needs to start today. Need confidence for North London derby. James, what's your thoughts on that? Do you think he should start? Obviously, we've got a lot of young talent that, in my opinion, also deserve to be playing due to their previous performances in the Europa League. Or do you think? Sorry, who was that? 07 OM is right. Saying Oba should start to get confidence for the North London derby. What's your thought?
I think I would start him. I mean, don't get me wrong. Yeah, it sounds mad. I know I want Balogun to get a full 90. I know I want all these things, but Aubameyang really needs form, and some of those players who have been letting us down need a few wins, because there are some players, Gabriel, Aubameyang, a couple others, who haven't tasted a victory in like a month. Or a month, because we beat Man United on the 1st of November. That would have been their last win.
Yeah.
So I do think they need to just be part of a free flowing attacking performance at home. Hopefully, getting some confidence ahead of Sunday.
Yeah, I agree. I think being at home is the determining factor here, in my opinion. He's not travelling away far to sit on a bench in the cold. He's at home with fans. I feel like It's, to me, it's not a bad shout. I do want to see the likes of Balogun, but I don't know. Having Aubameyang start, I don't. It's difficult because obviously Lacazette will probably not be heartbroken, but it will definitely affect him if he doesn't start. Do you know what I mean? If Lacazette doesn't start, because it's unlikely. Well, no. Actually, I think Aubameyang should start tonight, and I think Laka will start on Sunday as well as Aubameyang. By the way, I think
we get to make 5 subs. We get to make 5 subs. Why not? Why not play Aubameyang for the first 45 and Balogun for the second? Why not? I mean,
yeah.
Give them 45 minutes each. It's more than either of them would have expected from today.
Facts. I agree. Sorry, I just found a comment about just skipped away from it, which is really frustrating me. It was saying about
when you're about to grab it and then like 10 others filter through.
This is it. Juve therapy. This is it. Can't say that. I can't say that name. I'm so bad names. I'm gonna say Cal. Rumor this.
Calcio Mercato. Sorry.
You're Italian. There we go. There it is. Show them your roots. Show them the heritage. By the way, James is Italian, but he's got Italian blood. So thank you for that. Rumors this, which is true. This is what I read this morning. Sokratis is being mentioned in the same sentence as Milkanovic, Umtiti, Boateng, and Alaba. Now that's true. These are the players that Juve are actually looking at to sign, but due to a lot of them being injured, and their price tag's way too high. That is why Sokratis is in the running to be going to Juve. So that is that. Right, let's go to hope. So it's also about tonight. So I'm just going to get comments for tonight's game, then we'll move on to the North London derby. I believe this will happen. We should be seeing him tonight. I'll be very surprised if he doesn't make an appearance. Same with Mari actually.
James and Mari today at the back would be great. I think they need some game time after their injuries. They've had a little bit with the under 23s now. I think this is the right step up. There's not too much on the line, but they still should be good enough. So yeah, hopefully they play.
This one, interesting. This is. I know a lot of people would say this. Mr. Joe 96 is. Why would he play over in this game when the North London derby is on Sunday? Makes no sense to play him and get injured. There's always a risk, but do you take the risk for the confidence of Aubameyang, or do you? It just depends on his state, really. If he feels like he's confident and he's just not firing because he's not firing, then you leave him out. But if he wants to play, I mean, yeah.
Footballers want to play football, and someone like Aubameyang, who's not been at it this season, really, will be thinking, I'd love to play against Rapid Vienna tonight, and I'd love to go out and get some good minutes and try and score a few goals and try and feel good about my football again.
Correct. This Bapan Roy says we should play Balogun over at the same time. Now, on to that. Sorry, just before you answer it. Play Nketiah and Balogun for 45 minutes each. Now, the reason why I'm bringing these comments up is because in the press conference yesterday, I don't know if I can get it up, the transcript. He speaks about playing in a 2. Arteta speaks about playing in a 2 up top. He's very keen on it. So I'm going to quickly just break it down. I said this yesterday on Lacazette playing a bit deeper. Arteta said we wanted to play our team, so we had 2 strikers. Yeah, that's his words. A way to do that. With the qualities of Eddie and Laka was to drop Laka a little deeper in some situations. It's something he's very comfortable doing, while Eddie more pure number 9. It's something we can use we can use as well in the present and the future. So here's why I have some questions, right, guys? Just bear with me on this one. So Arteta, I think he's alluding that he wants to play with 2 up top, alluding to it. With someone dropping in deep. Now, he says about Laka can do it. I agree he can do it. I don't think he enjoys doing it. I've said this. But would we work in a 2? And what's the formation around it? Because I also know Arteta wants to play with high press. He said, I don't know if it was today. He definitely said it in an interview in his press conference yesterday. I don't know if it today or yesterday, about he hasn't got the players right now to play the way he wants. So it's rather, because people keep arguing about the 4 at the back or the 3 at the back, and he says, I want to be able to play a pressing football, high press football, like when Man City used to do and stuff. I think he got that from Pep as well. But he hasn't got the players for it. He says the front line, he says the front line aren't. I don't believe are up to it because he said Martinelli is the guy he wants involved because he presses so harshly and so intensely. But the rest of the front line, bar I'd say Aubameyang does as well. But the likes of Pepe, Lacazette, Willian, I don't think they're at that high press that he wants. So I'm very confused in what Arteta's what he wants, whether he wants the two at the top or if he wants the three that press really high. So I don't know. I know he needs players. I know he needs time. He kept going on about time in the press conference yesterday. That was like the main word he used. I even made a joke saying, if you guys want to have a drinking game, just listen back to my press conference reaction. Every time I say time, hit a shot if you're above 16. But yeah, so yeah, no, for real, we just kept talking about time. So, but I just feel like I'm very confused if he wants. Yeah, people are saying here, does he want I don't know if he wants this. Does he want a 4-4-2? Saka and Pepe wingers, wants two up front, so why don't we ever play 4-4-2? This is what I'm confused about. I know we played it. We did try. Did we try it in the Europa League, James? I'm sure we tried.
Yeah, we did. He sort of played Lacazette off Nketiah last week. But the thing is that he's trying to find short-term solutions to the fact that, at the moment, the team won't and can't play the way he wants. And anyone who thinks that's just him making excuses, which maybe it is, I think it's quite obvious. Like, we lost 3 games in a row at home, okay? Leicester, Villa, and Wolves. Games where we'd be expected to attack and have a go and be on the front foot, right? In all 3 of those games, we were poor in some way or another. Say Leicester, we created a lot of chances, but we were exposed to the back. Villa, we were completely dominated. Wolves, we looked like we'd run out of ideas. We were bad in different ways in those games. But you tell me if this makes sense, Cecil. When a manager is doing quite badly, you know what? Say we lost at home and drew 2 games, I'd be looking at Arteta. But because we lost 3, I'm like, okay, Arteta, this is really bad. But what about the players? Like at some point, do you know what I mean? At some point, it gets so bad that you're like, it can't just be the manager here. And I'm looking more at the players. And I do understand when I'm looking at the way the team played in those games and those defeats, I do get this idea that, like, do you know what? Like, I can see obvious patterns. I can see what they're trying to do. It's quite clear they're not good enough. How many times did the ball get into that wide area on the edge of the box or whatever, and the ball into the box was terrible? Like, they've been instructed to get there. They've got themselves into a nice position, and the final ball was dreadful.
In general, just to back up your point there, just so you know, Arteta in his press conference said the 33 crosses were made in the box last game. It was actually, we checked, it was 30. I don't want to argue with the stat people at Arsenal, but we have a very strong, reliable source for stats as well. But the box, loads of crosses went in the box, but then we lost against Wolves, by the way. We lost, and we had less shots on target and 30 crosses went into the box. So you're right. The delivery is just not good enough from Willian and Pepe or whoever really plays out on the wing. But carry on. Sorry to cut you.
No, I completely agree. I just think I've said time and time again, people might think I'm deluded, people might think I'm mental. Fine. But we hired a manager who people need to stop saying, well, he's not necessarily going to be like Pep. That's where he spent all his senior coaching and like learnings at is with Guardiola and Man City. So he's obviously going to have learned from him. He's obviously going to want to play a similar style. Because if I'm an aspiring football manager, I want to work under the people I look up to and that I want to learn from. So Arteta's clearly learning from Guardiola. He's clearly trying to employ similar tactics at times or a similar way of playing. But we know that to do that, you need very specific players. Like, no one should be surprised by this. Arteta overachieved by winning the FA Cup and actually going on a decent run last year. He absolutely overachieved. But now we're seeing the reality of where these players are. And I know I'm being really harsh here, but you know when people go, oh, but we've got a better team than Brighton. It's like, but I'm not sure we do in terms of playing attacking football, in terms of keeping possession. And, you know, Lallana would get in our team. I'm not even joking. Lallana would get in our team. Leandro Trossard would get in our team. Probably Pascal Gross, that is his name. He'd probably get in our... People are going to think I'm mad for saying it, but people need to realize to play attacking football where you keep possession, it's less about quality of player and more about profile of player. You've got to have the type of players that can do that. There's That is why Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool are top of the table, but they don't play tick-attack, a short pass all the time. They're incredibly efficient out wide because they've got 2 superb crosses of the ball in their fullbacks, and they've got a really flexible, fluid front 3 that can score goals, that can assist, that can do a bit of everything. The midfield 3, as talented as they are, they're more the engine room of the team. So what I'm saying is, people need to stop worrying about quality. People tell me, oh, but we've got the most expensive front 3 in the league. Yeah, we probably do, but that's a cheap argument. Everyone knows that front 3 has got no balance and that it was poorly assembled. And I know I'm making so many excuses for the manager. I know I am. I don't really know how we got way off topic now. I don't know how we got onto this, but I'm just saying that I think we need to, because he was talking about this in the press conference. I know he might be buying himself time. I know it might be all talk. I'm completely aware of that. And the performances are bad. He should be getting more out of them. But I actually do think there's a lot of truth to what he's saying. Maybe I'm deluded. Maybe I'm blind by the fact that I want him to do well. I completely accept that might all be true. It's true. Lamptey, Gross and Trossard will get in the Arsenal side. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Joe 96. So I think we need to take we need to really accept that this team needs a lot of investment now. And I'm not prepared to let go of the manager. I'd rather we back him with the players we want what he wants. Because otherwise we're doing the exact same thing with another manager. That's my bit on that.
Okay, thank you for that, James. That was listen. I love a morning James passionate rant. Listen, I love it because this is what we need. This is about fans have their opinions, and if I'm honest, we do so much research and look and depth into the club and stuff. I feel we never speak from. I don't think we speak from a crazily biased fan point. Obviously, people will say Arteta in, Arteta out, but no, I agree with what you're saying there.
Can I just take a few comments really quickly?
Yeah, there's loads. Go on. There's quite a few coming in.
So I thought this was a nice one from Andy Knight.
Okay.
Says he loves the show, suffering with a busted leg, and us and Robbie will keep him going through the day. Andy, hope you're wishing you all the best, and thanks for the comment. That really, really means a lot.
Appreciate you, Andy. Thank you.
Yeah, hope you're all right. Another one, slightly irregular, who tends to not like my opinions at all. Randy's back. Randy's back. He can't believe that I said Arteta was better than Mourinho so far on the treadmill. What am I smoking?
Did you say that?
So, listen.
Oh. No, I know you did this. I know you did the breakdown. Did you do the breakdown for Mourinho or Oli? Was it Oli?
No. It was with Mourinho, but no. Hold on. People are getting this twisted, and I'm not having anyone tell me I'm wrong here. Okay, I said.
Here we go.
Because they arrived about a month apart, maybe 3 weeks apart.
Yeah.
I said, if Tottenham were on an upward trajectory under Mourinho, there's no doubt. We're stuttering. If anything, we're on a down. Arteta got turned around. So there's no doubt which team is better right now and which team is looking like has the better future and the better prospect. So all credit to Mourinho. He's doing a better job currently. But I said if they ended right now, as in both of them left the club, and you look back on their times at Arsenal and Tottenham, Arteta won a trophy. He did it. In that 12 months, he won a trophy, and he brought something to Arsenal. Mourinho's not done that yet. Fair.
Agreed.
He's not had many opportunities to do it. But I'm just saying.
The devil's advocate argument is obviously they're top of their league, and obviously I know if they left, Arteta wins with a trophy, but then
we've been top of the table many, many times in the last 15 years, and no one's given us a title for it.
That's true.
So that's all I've said. And by the way, I didn't just bring it up. I was asked the question, so that's why I answered it.
Listen, we got some super chats. I just want to quickly say, Arsenal for life. Cecil James, do you rate Runnison for the future? I know you also asked about Isco. I would take Isco at Arsenal. He is a bit old, but I'm sorry, a lot of these old players are faring well in the Premier League. Look at Cavani, for example. And he's not, and Isco's not as old as him. So yeah, I'll take Isco. I know you asked that question. And this one, do you rate Runnison for the future? I mean, you need a number 2 goalie. He's not bad. At times he can be erratic, but what goalkeeper at the moment sometimes doesn't have erratic moments. I think he could have a future at Arsenal. But yeah, I think it's going to be difficult to take Leno's spot. Thoughts, James?
I like him. I really like his attitude. I like the way he speaks in the media. He's he came across well in his first interview at the club, and he's followed it up with some great quotes. I mean, he's clearly a very driven individual. Good for him. He's looked all right. There are a few moments against Mulder that were a bit. Oh, that doesn't look good. But no, I like him. I like him, and I hope he does press Leno.
Perfect. Miguel C says, "What super chat is Martinelli fit enough to feature tonight? He is not, even just on the bench." Do you know what? Actually, I believe he would. I believe he's fit enough. I just don't think Arteta's got him in his plans. He hasn't been named as well, surely in the 25. So I don't think he'll be featured, in my opinion. Yeah, I don't think we'll see him on the bench either. And James, fixture connection, Jack runs faster than your internet. Big up. Listen, loud James, man. We're going to the studio soon, okay, guys? Straight after this, we're heading to the studio, so just don't worry.
I can't wait to be back there, man.
If you want the speedy James, not the one that lags like does the yeah, then you've got to just stay tuned to the you know what I mean. That was quite good.
That was pretty good. I'm seeing lots of people in the comments saying I'm mad for thinking Arteta's better than Mourinho. I never said that Arteta was better than Mourinho. I'm not going to go over it again, but I never said that. I also never said Arsenal better than Tottenham. Can people just listen to what I'm saying? Like, have I said anything that outrageous at all? I don't think I have.
No, you just defend. You just saying. You just answering questions. When you're on a treadmill, just answering questions. Also, I'm
up against a Tottenham fan. Of course, I've got to defend our club, man.
Yeah. Don't listen to him. Trust me, people take things out of context. Robbie asked me my starting 11 for the derby, and I said Mari on the bench because I think he's better than most of the defenders we have. Obviously, I don't expect him to start, but if Luiz is injured, because of his head injury, I'm basically sorry. You guys don't know. Obviously, Luiz had a head injury against Wolves. They're saying that he's likely to be involved on Sunday if the scarring heals fast. No, if it doesn't affect his heading. He said it's fine. He's able. He's been training, but he's just they're worried about if he can fully headed the ball with intent. So they're going to keep monitoring it. But he should be involved on Sunday. He won't be involved tonight though. So yeah, I said if he's involved and the heading's not there and he feels like he can't head the ball properly and he comes off, I think Mari should be alongside Gabriel. And Kelechi just laughed at me, and I was like, bro, we literally don't have any other defenders. And he was naming things, obviously like Mustafi holding that, but I just don't think they're. I think listen, I've been watching Mari in the under 23s, and I think he should be in. But yeah, people went crazy for me at that. Anyway, moving on. Super chat from Ray Miller.
We all have our opinions, eh?
Exactly. We're fans, just like everyone else here. We're literally fans, yeah. Ray Miller, Arteta out makes no sense right now. Name me one coach that could come in before the end of the season and get better results with the squad we have. There is an argument to that. But I agree with keeping Arteta in at this point. I think there's people that like the likes of Poch and Allegri. I know people were like they could do stuff for the players we have. They believe. Well, it's not proven. I just know fans believe that they could a coach could come in and change the squad. But I agree. When you bring in a new squad, a new manager, you have to bring in all their staff. They have to bring their own players in, have their new tactics. And it's a rebuilding process. I keep saying it. We have to go back through a reset. We've been going through a rebuilding process for the past 3-4 years. I can't deal with another manager coming in and starting all over again and going through this mid to low bottom of the league position. Until we rebuild again, it's exhausting. So I agree. Just keep him for now. See how he goes. Give him a season. Give him a window. I didn't get to read that comment, but James, what was it? That's what's being said. Listen, people are saying it. These are respectable sources as well. Heinz and HP. No, they are really respectable sources. So that could happen. If that happens, it'll be. I shouldn't laugh, but it'd be quite comical to see.
Do you know what's happening? With a pandemic in which clubs need to strengthen their squads but not spend a lot of money, there is real value in players like Sokratis and Mustafi now, and I don't mean to disrespect them because they are. I know we joke and it's not always worked for them at Arsenal, but they are good players. Mustafi has had many international appearances for Germany. Sokratis, in fairness, has never really done anything wrong for us and was a real rock for Dortmund. Like if you're looking for backup options, someone to play who you know is reliable at this level, you're going to look at Sokratis and Mustafi. Maybe coming to the end of their careers, but you're going to look at them.
I think Sokratis would fare well in the Italian league, in my opinion, as well.
He would. He just wasn't right for us, but he's a good player. He is a good player, really.
100% agree. We're running hell over time. Mark T, do you believe Spurs when they say this is it, this is it, this is it? Thank you, Mark T. I had to move on to the North London derby, and I did that. I was just going through comments. So
I do not believe them for 1 second.
Thank you so much for having this question. And James, thank you for answering it as well. Do you believe, say, Kane is in doubt for Sunday? Partey could be back too. If Mourinho is so good, why didn't he win trophies at Spurs? Now, I'm going to answer the first question because that was what I was going to move on to. Kane potentially being out for this Sunday. What James has said, I don't believe one single word of it. Mourinho's refusing to say what the injury is as well that Harry Kane has suffered. So, I mean, do you know what? That works both ways. He actually may be injured, and Mourinho might be trying to protect his player by not telling him what injury is. But he's definitely going to be available for Sunday. There's no way Mourinho's going to leave him out. He's very good at mind games. Arteta, on the other hand, people saying Partey might be fit, and it's just a mind game. It's just mind games as well from Arteta. But I actually believe Partey's still injured. He's not training with the squad. He's not training with the first team squad at the moment. He's doing individual training. So he said yesterday in his interview, in his press conference, I'll be very surprised if Partey starts Sunday. Like I said it from when I first realised it went past the 2-week period of the injury that we probably won't see Partey till near Christmas time. So that's my take on that. If Mourinho's so good, why didn't he win trophies at Spurs? Now that is for you fans to discuss. We are fans as well, but you guys can discuss that in the comments. James,
Mourinho is doing a good job, and like winning trophies is hard. And this season, he'll give it a good go. I hate to say it, but admittedly, he will. But it's still early to be questioning why he's not won one yet. But what I'm trying to say is Arteta did, so that's important, isn't it?
I agree.
I think it is.
Was it your walk the line that Robbie said when that Tottenham fan that said Mourinho's set to win trophies this season? And then
lovely guy Jamie from Last Word on Spurs. He said that they're sort of in a position where they're wondering kind of how many rather than which, I do get why they feel that way, because they'll be thinking we're in a, I'm gonna defend them here because I know there'll be a lot of Arsenal fans tearing them here, but I do understand why they're thinking that way. They're top of the league, they're in the Europa League, and they're probably favourites for it. And also Mourinho does love a good European knockout competition. And they're also in the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup against Stoke or something. So, like, that's pretty much a semi-final book. No disrespect. So, I do get why they're thinking that way. But, Robbie was rightly like, relax, you're not 1-1 yet. And I do get it because it is harder to get over the line than people think. And I remember sort of around 2010, no, let's go 2008 to 2011. I had times as an Arsenal fan where I was going, God, I wonder how many will win. And then you're like, oh, none. I do know that feeling. I do. But the optimism I'm so used to disappointment now.
The optimism's there, but I just feel like you just said, when it comes to Tottenham, it's just like, really? Like a double, a triple? I mean, when it comes to Mourinho,
it's not though. That's the thing, right? So when it's Tottenham, it's, we've not seen them at that level for a while, so it's like surely not. But when it's Mourinho, you're like, nah, he wins trophies. He does win trophies. So yeah, it's going to be painful. Thanks, Raw Rugby. Appreciate that a lot.
That's a lovely comment. Thank you so much.
Anyway, lots of controversial discussion today, I have to say. It's a lot of people not enjoying certain opinions, some loving it.
Yeah, it's up and down. It's very up and down today. We're going to bring it to a close soon. We spoke about the North London Harry Kane. There was something else I want to bring up. I'll see if it pops back in before we go. Joey Swaz Lynch, thank you again. Opinions on Arteta being manager with Emery out and Freddie managing right now. Do you think he'll have what it takes to manage us? Just rumours. Okay. Takes Manders. Right, I just want to quickly say something. Yesterday, and actually these past couple of weeks, I've been saying Arteta's never been in like a low level club or low table club, and he's never been in this position or managed at this level where a team's been struggling to find form. And it's very interesting to see how he'll bounce back. It's the biggest test of his managerial career, even though it's been short. Now, someone commented, I think his name was number 10, and actually corrected me, and I have to put my hands up and say, I'm very quick to, if I'm wrong, I can put my hands up and say, yeah, you know what, you're right. And I gave him credits on the show, but I'm going to bring it up again. Arteta did play for Everton. He also played in Scotland. So he has played in low level clubs. Obviously, this was many years back. So the game has completely changed since then. But I have to say, he has been at a club where they're mid-table and understand how it kind of sets up and how he needs to go about playing just to get a team to the position that they need to be further up the table. So fair play to that. And the reason why I bring this up is because Arteta always mentions it's all about how you bounce back from adversity. He said it about 4 times in his press conference yesterday. So my eyes right now are on Arteta and how he reacts and responds from now until the new year. It's going to be very enlightening because he always talks about, bouncing back from adversity. This is where you're really tested. This is where you see who's a good player. He always puts on the players, but I'm looking at it from a different perspective. I want to look at it from a manager's perspective and see how are you going to bounce back in times like this. Obviously, I just want to say that.
The test is for the players as well, though. For me, it's more for the players. Right. Like, I'm sick of them. All right, ultimately, the dip in form is what eventually made us go. And after years of it not being where we want, was what got it over the line with Wenger leaving. Then they all down tools with Emery. They absolutely down tools. When they equalised in the 96th minute against Southampton, they didn't even celebrate. It's like they were sad they kept him in the job any longer. And then with Freddie, they played so badly that the club were rushed into hiring an actual permanent appointment in Arteta because we had no bounce under Freddie. And now we're going through this. So the players need to take some responsibility and need to improve. I'm a long way from putting this on Arteta fully. Like, he needs to be held accountable for a lot of stuff, but I'm not letting these players get away with it. I'm not. Personally. Not that I can do much.
I hear that. Now, I'm going to bring this. I want to do a show about this, James, at some point.
Nah.
Please, I just want to see if fans would want Wenger back. Not now, guys. We'll save it for another day because we're literally.
I love Arsene. I loved Arsene Wenger. I loved him. I was one of the last to hold on. It won't surprise you when you hear the way I'm speaking about Arteta. I was one of the last to hold on to Arteta, to Wenger and what he could do, but no. We cannot. It'd be a mockery of the club. And we can't go backwards. It just can't. No.
Okay. We wrapped up quick, so we're not going to show it now because James. I'll give mine. But before I leave, guys, obviously I just want to quickly say this: Cecil and James, what's your preferred lineups for tonight, bro? Nathan, stay tuned to our pre-match build-up show. I'm plugging it. I'll keep plugging it, but stay tuned to that. Before the watch along, we'll be giving up our preferred 11s and you guys' preferred 11s for tonight's game. Stay tuned. We are gonna leave. So I just want to say a big thank you for watching. It is match day. Thank the heavens. Hopefully we'll see some lovely attacking football and some youngsters being involved. The fans are back in the stadium tonight. Stay tuned to what we'll be doing on that at AFTV. Make sure you keep it plugged here. Thank you for watching. Have a lovely Thursday. And I'm going to end it on the new episode 2 of How's Your Touch. Check it out on the app. Thank you so much. Speak to you soon. Peace.
Welcome to England, Jesus Christ.
What you bring men out here?
We have crossbar challenge. We have Don Robbie. We have the fan, Nick. They're up against me, Cecil G.
How's your touch? Bad boy pick.